Our prelim main event.
Metcalf throwing that long-range jab, which has the biggest advantage of, you know, for her. But she can really be inside too at the same time. You know, she's aggressive, but she has this long reach. So by midway, if Krystal Rosado comes in, she will run into that mid-range shot that Metcalf is leaving.
Yeah, Metcalf, it's a 1-2. And when she finds that range, she almost can't miss. And that was when she fought Mayo Yoshida. I was on the call for that at Madison Square Garden. And she couldn't miss with that 1-2. It took her 3 or 4 rounds to find that range, though. This is where it comes into play with Rosado. Rosado is very good at finding the range and very good at closing the gap. So that's, I believe, a huge storyline in this fight is how quickly can Rosado get inside on Metcalf.
Well, so far she's used 3 jabs to get inside, so she already knows and understands how to get inside by throwing the jab and setting it up and being in there and just doing what she's doing.
Yeah, exactly. Get there, any way, shape, or form.
And I like the way that Rosado's, you know, putting a head movement and then coming in with 2-3 jabs as Metcalf is coming back. You know, so she'll make it slip, but then again, she'll throw the jab.
Double up on the jab, and you just don't. You're watching so many young fighters in their 4th fight, 5th fight, 6th fight, and you just don't see that enough. And it almost always pays off.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing for her, knowing that she is the shorter fighter, and Metcalf is the longer range fighter with the longer reach. But Rosado is there throwing jabs, triple jabs, and mixing it all up as well.
Through 1.
Tough round to score right there. These 2-minute ones are pretty hard to score, especially the first round of a 2-minute fight when we haven't really figured each other out. I would say Rosado won that round off of just better aggression.
Metcalf landed the clearest shots, but it was very few, while Rosado was throwing the jab, dictating the fight, and slipping the punches, but throwing those jabs to get in there, and then throwing combination when she was in range. So in the essence of looking at the fight, how close it was, I would give it to Rosado as well.
Krystal Rosado, of course, managed by Amanda Serrano, was almost like a protege of hers, met by chance at the airport in Puerto Rico. They struck up a friendship, kept it going over the years, kept in touch. Now Krystal Rosado is managed by Amanda Serrano. It's one of the cooler stories in boxing.
You know, we've seen Rosado fight numerous times, but in this one, there's a different demeanor that I see. Another Rosado, a very confident one at that.
Yeah, she's very poised.
Think of the contrast, too, in the development. Shurretta Metcalf didn't have someone to be the protege to at 21-22. She came up the hard way. Late to the sport. Was fighting in bars late at night. And this is a way to put food on the table for her 2 boys. And it turned into an undisputed championship fight at Madison Square Garden.
Well, that's the beauty of the sport. You can start way different backgrounds, way different paths, but they meet here in this ring right here. And that's the beauty of it, where...
Not even in and of itself, Shurretta Metcalf's whole life has been a story of turns and zigs and zags. She was supposed to fight Dina Thorslund. When Dina Thorslund became pregnant, that was when Shurretta Johnson stepped in, and that became a star turn for Shurretta Johnson, who will now defend her title on November 14th in Miami.
Both fighters are warned for throwing back the head.
Yeah.
Straight right
that one caught Rosado. She came in too aggressive and paid a price.
The resilience and the courage that Metcalf has, you know, from coming in very late in this game. Oh, good counter by Rosado. Her resilience is what makes her a tough and better fighter, because she never gives up. And that's something that people can't teach and people can't take away.
Shout out single moms around the world. Knocking out tough one. Good shot from Rosado. Got that left hand at the bell.
Interesting fight so far.
Yeah.
Metcalf starting to find that range. Rosado coming inside a little wild at times in that last round, but finding hers as well.
Both fighters punching in the back of the head. That they were warned by the referee.
Now, you can do that in some of those bars after midnight, but you can't do it here.
Not when the referee's watching.
License and registration.
Get that round to Metcalf. 1-1 through 2. Talk about Krystal Rosado being a young fighter, but she got unbelievable experience in her last fight against Austina Vasquez, which was at the Oculus World Trade Center.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to be on the call for that. It was
that kicked off, by the way, that kicked off Fight Week for Serrano Taylor 3.
Oh, man.
At the Oculus.
A fight in a subway station.
Which, by the way, that in and of itself is not that unusual.
I've seen plenty of those. This one was way better than all the ones that I've seen at like 2 in the morning.
Again, there's a different Rosado that I'm seeing today. You know, she's very focused. She has one thing in mind, and that is to accomplish her goal in winning and having the victory in this fight.
I also like the way Metcalf has come out in this fight. You can tell she's switched on, and I wouldn't say, ooh, that's a big shot for Rosado.
Rosado's been very effective with that jab. You know, you can see that Metcalf has a little bit of a delay in her punches when she throws. So she pulls her punches back, then she throws. You know, but that's a learning curve, being being late in the game. It's
the contradiction of the 23-year-old being the more polished, disciplined, educated fighter versus the 40-year-old being the sort of wild, unusual, unorthodox fighter.
We talked about the friendship between Rosado and Serrano. It wasn't just like your normal friendship. They actually sparred several rounds. So that's rough moment here.
And, you know, sometimes Metcalf, you know, thrives in rough fights like this.
And she's gonna bully at every opportunity. Rosado at 23. I can assure you this is not where Shurretta Metcalf at 23 thought she could possibly be. This was not even a thought in her mind.
Yeah, the sport was in a way different stage too, women's boxing. Better round for Rosado. I did not expect Metcalf to come out and make it this physical of a fight. When I think of Metcalf, I think of like a long jab and not smothering her work. But I feel like the game plan for her was to come in and kind of rough up the 23-year-old.
And it's clear that Rosado doesn't mind.
Yeah.
She doesn't mind fighting in a subway for real.
Yeah, she hasn't blinked at all. Like, you know, she has got a great poker face in Rosado. But I think Rosado will kind of weather the storm early of the bull rushing that Metcalf is doing. And I thought she won that round there in round 3. And let's see if she can steal some more rounds here.
I mean, an example was Rosado gets hit in the back of the head. She returns the favor and throw it in the back of the head. So she knows she's game to play the game that whatever Metcalf is putting out there, you know.
But when the bull rush comes from Metcalf, little double jab will take care of that.
Double jab will definitely take care of that.
That's like 2 aspirin. It'll take care of the problem.
Metcalf starting to find that range. She just landed 2 good shots there and got out of harm's way. Not a ton on those shots, but they're scoring.
You know, I think that Rosado, a good straight right hand by Metcalf that lands straight flush on Rosado. Rosado, I think, should be utilizing feints on here to have Metcalf reach in a little bit.
Not a true jab from Metcalf, but it's keeping her honest, just keeping that left hand. That's what allowed her to land that straight right.
You can see a little swelling from Rosado's left cheek.
Rosado's the bigger puncher, and I think she needs to do a little bit of a better job of landing clean shots. So I feel like right now she's falling right into the game of Metcalf and getting in the inside. Clean, effective punching is the #1 criteria. I feel like Rosario could make that a little bit easier if she wasn't swarming so much.
In a close fight, keep in mind, put this in the back of your mind. Lawrence Cole has had a couple of warnings here about hitting behind the head.
He's dying to take a point away.
He took enough points away in the earlier fight with Juarez and Layton last of a month. Oh, Metcalf just took a good shot. Clean right hook landed from Rosado.
Yeah, the first minute of this round was... Okay.
Here we go again.
All right,
but
Lawrence.
for both ladies, too.
Yes.
Okay, Lawrence. We know you're here. Good second half of this round for Rosado. I think it's enough to win it.
Another close round.
This is a very, very shrewd piece of matchmaking here by MVP. This is not a runaway for Rosado by any means. Metcalf is, like we said, a former champ and very gritty in there. And has a lot of experience.
And
we're seeing that playing out right now.
Too. She's landing those big straight as well. That first kind of slow down Rosado.
Yeah, the first minute of that round was Metcalf landing big shots.
That's the problem with we've said a million times. Each round is its own fight. This is a dead even fight through 4 rounds if you step back from it, but could be 3-1 easily either way.
I have it 3-1, but you could easily make a case for 2-2. Point being, we have a fight.
Our entire theme throughout this entire prelims is elite level MVP prospects facing their first real test.
Juarez made it a test.
He did.
Chop, that was a good test.
Juarez, he had his pencil down.
I gotta go talk to him. I want to know if he knows where he is.
That fight is going to require some dissection.
I'm gonna have to talk about that on the podcast Monday.
I would love to know how close Lawrence Cole came to stopping it. Now Rosado really pouring on the pressure. Having trouble with that. Metcalf is using the range to keep her honest.
I want to see double jab coming from Metcalf. Oh, good left hook.
Got through, yep.
By Rosado. And one thing that Rosado's doing is just keeping her hands up and then shooting after she's touched Metcalf's jab or straight.
It's not easy to look good against someone like Metcalf with that tall,
exactly right.
rangy arms and legs. Like nothing's really clean, but Rosado is finding pockets here.
Using the head movement, using the jab, setting up the shots, another left hook.
See, that was the 3 that landed there.
It's good stuff from Rosado here in round 5.
Now Metcalf's coming forward.
Shurretta Metcalf hated the stoppage against Janika Johnson. She was losing the fight. There's no question about it.
But that's how tough she is. Her mindset is just different. You know, she will continue as much as she can, as long as she can, and she will always do it. You know, that's her resilience. Oh, good left hook coming again from Rosado.
Really good round from Rosado.
When Metcalf throws that looping jab, when Rosado slips it, she is susceptible. Metcalf is susceptible to getting hit with that counter left hook, and that's how she got hit a couple times.
Rosado, is starting to pull away on my card, have her winning the last 3 rounds. And she's doing it by getting on the inside, swarming Metcalf.
Shurretta Metcalf throughout this fight has tried to use the distance in that long range to counter. I thought your point there is exactly right, that it is difficult to look good against a fighter like Shurretta Metcalf, and yet at 23 years old, Rosado is managing to do that anyway.
Yeah, through 5, I got this my scorecard right there. I got Rosado winning the last 3 rounds. very close rounds, and the numbers will illustrate that as well. Metcalf is only outlanding Rosado by 3 punches, but
if Metcalf utilizes that jab and posts with it, her straight can be utilized when Rosado steps in. That would be the key strategy for her, just like that. Just exactly what I was saying. Put it out there and allow Rosado to come in and then throw that right.
Because you look at the numbers, like Rosado is out jabbing Metcalf 17-7. In no world should that be the case.
For the shorter person to do it.
Look at Metcalf. You look at her and you think jab.
Right. But if she does it that way, where she's utilizing that distance with that jab to set up that straight, then it would be very difficult to double jab for Rosado. She'll have to slip it and jab, another jab. The jab just landing pretty well. Oh, another counter left hook. Every time, because of the way Metcalf is such a long-rangey fighter, that if her punches are being slipped by Rosado, then Rosado is able to throw something, whether it's a jab or a left hook.
Do you see Amanda when you watch Rosado?
A little bit. Yes, a little bit. You know, the head movement, all of that stuff, you know. You can definitely see a shade of Amanda on Rosado, but
way less volume, though.
Yes. Well,
that's just like the
everybody's
case.
got this fight.
But that just seems to be the case, not in our main event, which is going to be gangbusters in terms of volume. It just seems the case now with the current crop of young fighters, is that I see 40-plus punches, 50-plus around. We don't see the Chocolatitos of the world anymore. Wait, that's 10 seconds too early. Texas. It's 10 seconds left. We're getting the full Texas experience today, baby. Oh, you gotta love it.
Straight.
You got to love it. You don't have to love it. It's actually really bad. Come on, you have one job as the timekeeper. It's ever happened in one of your fights?
I don't really pay attention to any of that.
You just knock everybody out.
When I go in there, it's some different mindset. I'm in my world, you know, and my world is I want to hurt that guy in front of me.
Everyone makes mistakes, but a timekeeper in boxing, you get 3 minutes. Come on. Another good round from Rosado, though.
For both fighters is very different. Metcalf as well, very determined in her eyes, but Rosado has a lot of energy.
What are we doing? We got a big Vaseline situation.
Vaseline.
Too much.
That you don't see in the subway often.
That should be the key for Metcalf, is throwing that jab, stepping back, throwing that right hand afterward.
Yeah, if she stays on this, it's the 6th, 7th round now. Oh, it's no. Too late.
Good 1-2 coming from Metcalf.
Yeah, no, she's keeping Rosado at the distance. But in those middle rounds, I thought it was Metcalf that kind of was fighting in Rosado's type of fight on the inside, which didn't make a lot of sense.
That sort of internal clock about figuring things out. You say, okay, Shurretta Metcalf at this stage, it's the 7th round, 2-minute rounds, all of a sudden you got 3 minutes left, and you finally figured it out, you're out of time.
But the double jab and triple jab actually coming from Rosado is very effective. A good counter straight from Rosado.
Exactly the punch we've been saying and you've been saying that Metcalf should be throwing. She got tagged with it.
Yes. Early on, she was able to land it, but this time it's been difficult for her to land. But that's good to keep that jab like that and keep that straight right after. That should be her game coming into this fight. Just continuously keep that distance and throw that straight. Boom, just like that. That's it. And throw that straight. That's all she needs to do, because if Rosado is not moving her head, it will either land in her, it will land on her arms or will hit her, you know? So that's a thing. But she has to be consistent with that.
That's how fast it happens. Just 2 minutes left.
Another left hook coming from Rosado. Metcalf utilizing more of the distance by throwing more straight punches, but here comes Rosado coming in there. Overhand right, left hook, everything. As long as she's able to slip the punches coming from Metcalf, she's able to counter with punches from the inside.
She has been undeterred, fearless coming forward, and as a result, she's eaten a couple of shots like she just did.
See, that's where Metcalf is on her game right there. That sequence we just watched, she can land a 1-2 from way out there and get out of harm's way. She just hasn't been able to put that together for the whole course of this fight.
Well, it's very difficult when you have somebody who's moving her head coming forward and throwing jabs, just like that, in between your shots.
She hasn't been able to put it together because Krystal Rosado's not allowing her to. She's fighting a great poised, calculated fight.
Although she landed a good straight right hand right there on Rosado, but it's very few in between Rosado's jabs and aggressive style.
This is exactly the kind of performance you wanted to see from a young fighter with one-day championship aspirations.
She's doing well. She's doing incredibly well against Metcalf, former world champion, you know, who's not even past that. I think she's still a very competitive champion, a competitive fighter.
Giving away all kinds of experience and age in championship rounds, and yet she has been the matador throughout this entire fight.
This is why a lot of people love women boxing, because as you can see, they will go and tee off and not be afraid to get hit and hit at the same time. They're just going at it. That's perfect. That's beautiful. Big round of applause for this fighter, man. Incredible fighters.
The most viral promotion on the planet, constantly pumping out fresh content. There'll be plenty of new content tonight from its growing roster of stars. MVP Socials have all the latest news, fight announcements, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content you can only see in one place. Go to Most Valuable Promotions Instagram right now. You will find never-before-seen angles of all the action from tonight's fights, along with exclusive post-fight interviews and all the fight week fun. And we've done plenty of that here on South Padre Island. It's always fun to watch Shurretta Metcalf reinventing herself, reinventing her life to become a world champion, and that young woman who may very well have a world championship in her future. Big Bo has the result.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Judge Steve Morrow sees it 77-75, while judges Jesse Reyes and Joel Elizondo see it 78-74, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Shurretta Chicken.
That's a huge win for Shurretta Metcalf.
Senator Canobio, your thoughts?
I had Rosado winning, but she landed cleaner, harder shots. Metcalf did outland her in the power department. Close fight. You know, we are in Texas. You have to put that as a disclaimer. I don't know. How'd you see it, Nonito? I thought Rosado did enough to win.
I thought Rosado